episode. It's just us three girls.
All right.
We've been let loose. What are we going to do?
We've lost the man.
Yeah,
That's us, ladies.
Sent Ian out to walk the dog.
Welcome to the Naked Coach Collective. We're not just your average coaches, we're your powerhouse of inspiration and your no-nonsense guide to unlocking your hidden potential. We are an eclectic mix of four, each with a unique journey, but we share a passion for transformation through coaching. Tune in every week for topical discussions and witty banter on all things coaching. There might be a few laughs along the way too, but don't be fooled. We're serious about helping you navigate life's twists and turns with clarity and confidence. Are you ready? Sit back, relax, and immerse yourself in the Naked Coach Collective podcast.
Come on, girls. Just us today.
It is just us.
Sarah?
Wow.
What are we going to talk about?
I think there's lots of things that well, we could talk about anything, couldn't we? Come on, girls. What are we like? But I think something that we're very aware about as coaches and as women, and women of a certain age, is how important it is to look at where we're at and look after ourselves. I think that's something that comes up in conversation an awful lot, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And I think we all could write books on where we're at now and how we are starting to look after ourselves. And has that really begun for us because we've trained to be coaches and we have coaching? So what do you reckon, girls? Shall we open it all up to us three and share it with the world about, you know, where we've been, where we're at? And,
I'm going to say, how long have we got?
Yeah, I know. I think it may be a few sessions from this. You never know. But, yeah, hey. So we'll try and be succinct.
Welcome to another episode of the Naked Coach Collective podcast. Today, you just have the three of us girls.
Woo!
It has taken.
And how lucky are you?
We will be talking girl stuff.
Yeah.
Why not? And I know that Sarah and B have lots of insights into being a woman.
How many years has it been? Oh my God!
So
Shady.
between us, we've got about 150 something odd years, haven't we?
That is very scary. That is scary. Yeah. And I think I want to start off with something really positive, because I want to come out there and go, we are really positive about women, aren't we? And I just want to celebrate us. Yeah. And also how powerful we are as single individuals. But when we get together, oh my God, you can't beat the girl power of it, can you? He's so the best. So, and I think, you know, we all go about our own lives in our different ways in different parts of the country, but when we get together like this, oh gosh, it's just so uplifting, isn't it?
It really is.
And if you link it to coaching, it's even more powerful.
Well, we coach each other all the time. Is even in conversations, it becomes, I think, when you're talking to another coach, it's so different from talking to somebody who's not in the coaching world, because your language is different.
Yeah.
You know, things you say and the things that you know that they understand is different, and you could just get right to the point. You know, for example, earlier today, I'm thinking of changing my just you know, turning the corner on a few things, and B, you tell me exactly what I needed to hear. You know, so it was great. It was great because, you know, when as coaches, we still have our own insecurities. We still have our own fears and doubts and everything else. And then when another coach that you respect and who, you know, comes back and says to you, well, actually, hang on a second, have you thought about this? You know, you kind of think, yeah. And it might have been something that you were thinking already in your head, but didn't have the balls, sorry, Ian, to,
You haven't got the balls tonight.
We've all got the balls tonight, right? So
and our big girl pants on too.
Big
yes.
Metaphorically speaking, right? Yeah, girls.
Oh, I don't know. I discovered to get big girl pants in Australia. Oh my God. I'll say that for another time. Okay.
Oh, that's a story for another one.
No, I think it should be now.
They're just fab. You go from there's so many different size knickers you can get, isn't it? Okay. And I went to their sort of big sort of not supermarket, but big store. I don't know, it'd be similar to I can't think of anything now. I can't think. Anyway, big store. And the range of clothes, really sort of cheap stuff in there. But the range of knickers was like, whoa, look at all these knickers. And we're talking girly stuff earlier on, weren't we? And the fact that everything's quite pro period pants and stuff now, isn't it? Which is interesting. So they got all this range in there. And I just thought, I'm going to embrace the big knickers. I've gone from the high leg knickers, covering. I thought, yeah, let's go for it. Oh my God, what a revelation. And I just think all ages are wearing big knickers now. So bring it on, girls. Comfort. They look good anyway. So just go for it. That's my big knicker advice. Sorted.
Well, I tell you what, long gone are the days when I saw myself in half, put it that way. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean saw, not
oh. You know those knickers that were like strings put together. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right,
and it's
moving swiftly on.
Yeah, we've done knickers now. That's it.
And it's and making it more pertinent to what we're discussing, I would just say it's just accepting it and actually making those choices and think, I am so happy with that. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So go on then, girls. My knicker wisdom about be yourself and have what you want. What's yours?
Bras.
It is. I don't know. Behave yourselves, honestly.
Don't get me going on bras.
Let's not talk about bras. Oh my God. No. You know what? I tell you, okay, I do have a beef about bras. Yeah, if you're small busted, you can get a bra for £3 in Paris, right?
Yeah.
So and it's lovely and it's beautiful and everything else. But if you happen to have anything bigger than a handful, oh my God, you're spending a fortune on your bloody bras.
I know.
That's my new niche. Boobs and bras. I mean, look at us, the three of us. We're not exactly like flat chested, are we?
It's discrimination to put bras more expensive just because they're bigger. It's discrimination, I've decided.
Absolutely.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that actually, I think the one thing that's just shown without talking is as you get, maybe it's as you get older, but I don't think it is. I think it's as you get confident, and definitely coaching brings out your confidence without a shadow of a doubt, whether you're being coached or whether you're a coach. And let's face it, we're both. We're always being coached and we're coaches. And it does bring out the confidence. And that confidence brings you to the point where you decide based on the fact that it's what you choose and not what your husband might want to see you in, or not what your friends might want to see you in, or not what society says you should look like or wear, or how you should have your hair, or whether you age gracefully or whether you stick loads of stuff in yourself. Do you see what I mean? I think it's really important, actually. One of the things, I didn't have a lot of confidence as a youngster. I pretended I did. I was really good at pretending, but I never really did. And it's taken a long time to get, it took me a long time to get from my 40s to my 50s, like as in from like 30s to 40s, sorry, to get my confidence levels, to really start to work out who I was, what kind of person I was, what I wanted to do, all those things. And then aging and menopause hits, and it's another thing that you have to deal with, isn't it? Another thing you have to get over. And I think if I hadn't have had the confidence and the positive mindset that I had before that hit, would have been a lot harder, but it's still been tough. But the coaching definitely helps it, doesn't it? Because you look at your mindset, you don't look at it so negatively. You definitely become more positive when you've been coached and you are a coach. But even just being coached, you really do change your thoughts, your ideas, how you look at things. And you know, I think as a woman, you have a lot more to deal with in that respect.
Well, you're elevated, aren't you, as you get, as you age, but also as you're being coached, as you're thinking more deeply about yourself and your life and your values and your desires and your wants, along with acknowledging that you have more desires, needs, wants, you know, than society, family, friends, and everything are loaded onto you. That in itself builds your confidence. So all of a sudden, you know that you want something. It's never been in your mind, but you're experiencing learning, self-evaluation, you're experiencing collaboration, camaraderie that we get. All these things build your confidence. And I know that I have grown so much. One, because I'm older. Two, because I'm surrounding myself by people like with people like you guys. And you know, it's just it's such a wonderful feeling that somebody said to me, I take this pill, you could be 25 again. I wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually totally agree with that, because we were talking about this the other day, and someone was saying about, you know, like, go back, I'd love to turn back the clock and whatever. And I said, actually, I wouldn't, because I really didn't enjoy my 20s and my 30s. It just wasn't a good time for me, because I was still listening to what everybody else wanted me to be, see, and do. Do you know what I mean? It's just, and since I've become, you know, since in my 40s, and I started the journey to, you know, understanding why I felt so much hate towards myself, I suppose, and, you know, building to where I am now, I just really enjoy being me. I really like who I am. And I think, you know, when you can honestly put your hand on your heart and say, do you know what? Yeah, I've arrived. I've arrived at that place, and from here, I'm just going to grow more, because I'm going to, you know, look at more things. I'm going to be open, and I think you get more open-minded as well. But then somebody said to me, they're closed. I think it depends on the kind of person you are, doesn't it? And definitely who you surround yourself with. I think that is 100%. Because actually, I was out at the weekend, and one of the girlfriends said, she said to me, she said, no, I don't think you're right. I don't think any woman's happy with their body. I disagree.
Qualified how?
Well, you know, from my perspective, I think if you change what your perception of bodies are, because if you've always going to have this perception that you're getting older, you're not as slim as you were, you know, then you're always going to think that you know, your body's not good enough. Change your perception of what that is. I mean, what is a body? Seriously, what is a body? It's a physical being, isn't it? It's something that houses your fantastic, it houses this fantastic machine that keeps you alive.
Yeah.
If you have the appreciation of your body like that, how can you not appreciate it? How can you not like it?
Yeah.
And the reason I say, Sarah, is because of your OT background. You must have a lot of experience of just that.
But again, I'm going to grab my battery, because this is another hiccup. It's going to go flat in a minute. So you carry on talking while I'll grab my battery. I'll come back to that one.
Chest. Like your chest, Sarah. That's not going flat anytime soon.
Yeah, no, that is definitely not going flat long.
No, I totally agree. You know, your body, but the thing is, I agree with you 100%, but I'm going to add to that, because your body is, you know, your skin is housing everything inside that works so beautifully. It's your machine that hopefully works so beautifully, right? But you know, your mind is you touched on it. It's your mindset, your perception of what it is, and obviously, you know, I think we have to mention that we are bombarded as young girls and all of our female lives and male lives too, actually, I must admit. But I mean, I'm talking from my own perspective.
Sales is getting more prevalent in the
Yeah.
younger generation now, I agree.
We're bombarded, aren't we, by what's attractive and what's not. And then you try and fit that bill, and then you lose. I mean, talking from my experience, I've been trying to fit a bill of somebody else's bill way into my 30s,
Forever.
40s.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's now I'm sort of thinking, hey, hang on a second, this is your turn now. Actually, you have to do things your way for yourself, and you can only change what you can change.
I think one of the biggest things when we're talking about being influenced by things around us, what we see on TV, Facebook, whatever, and different times in our life. But I think the key one to the acceptance is to recognize that we think we should look like such and such. Now, if we take that out of the scenario, we're more than halfway there. And I think that's a really powerful thing. So you're influenced by these things, but at the end of the day, your mind is making a decision to think, well, I think I need to look like that because of blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Whereas if we're able to build confidence and say, well, actually, I like this part. I mean, it's identifying what you like about yourself, isn't it? Okay. And it's looking at the positives. It's flipping it from the negative connotations of really not liking yourself. And I think we could all safely say, you've said it already, B, we've all been down that route, self-loathing or whatever else. And you could fill a room full of people who think the world of you, but you don't think of it yourself.
No,
And that's
right.
So it genuinely does come down to your own thought processes, doesn't it? And having the strength to either challenge them, to change them, or accept them as they are, or do something about it. And I think that's where coaching really, really comes in. It sort of nails it, doesn't it? Because it's not saying, oh, well, I want to go and I want lips like so-and-so or a bum like so-and-so. No, it's which you've said earlier, Dee, it's the why. Why? And how many times as coaches with coaching do we go, why?
I think it's fundamental. Why is fundamental in everything. Anything that I've done in terms of self-development, it's fundamentally started with the why. Because I've tried to do things without knowing or even thinking about what that why is, and it fails. It just fails because you don't. I mean, the biggest example, I suppose, is the battle with the pounds. And I've tried the slimming worlds and the Weight Watchers and all these things. I've tried them all, but I was just losing weight because I thought that's what I should do, right? Or and part of me is thinking, okay, it's going to make me more healthy. It's going to make me, feel better or whatever. But I never really thought of the reasons why I would want to do that. And I think that, these big industries do rely on you to never think about it. They just say to you, you should be a certain way. Here's how to do it. Our way, by giving us
the diet industry is the biggest industry in the world financially, and it is also got the biggest fail rate.
It's horrific.
So if that tells you anything. But what it actually does, and this is when I talk about what I talk about, because I come from that background, as you know, it's not even about that. What it's about is what that failure then transcends into you. Okay, so it's not about the failing of it's not about not being able to do the diet or lose the weight. What happens is the constant pressure you put yourself under to do all these different diets and then they don't work, then transcends into, it's my fault, I'm bloody useless, I can't do this, I haven't got the willpower. And that is what happens. And that is why you end up on this, it's like a hamster wheel.
It is.
You're just going round and round and round every time it doesn't work. So whether it's a diet, whether it's exercise, whether it's a core, like whether it's a job, whether it's a learning, so it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, it can be anything. But for us as women, we have this fantastic knack of turning it on ourselves. Not going, oh, well, the diet's no good, or that's no good, or the course wasn't right for me. We go, oh God, well, if I can't do it, then
failed.
I failed.
I'm no good. I'm not good enough.
So, okay then. So we've identified that a lot of it is it's internalized, or we internalize it, or it's about what we think. So how can we share with our listeners? You know, we could talk a lot about all sorts of scenarios that we found ourselves in. How can we sort of say to them, how do you start challenging that? How do you start looking at it? What piece of advice would you start them off at?
Self-reflection for me. It has to be. You have to look inside first to find out, because we never ever question our beliefs. We never question
beliefs,
where they've come from, how they've built up, you know. And if, for me, the first part of anything that you do when you're trying to change something is finding out what you're trying to change and why, and that has to come from inside. You have to, this is why we're so, you know, this is why coaching is so great, because it asks those uncomfortable questions that your friend wouldn't ask you. You know, if you said to your friend, oh, you know, I'm really unhappy with my body, I want to lose weight, you know, I think I'll go to this diet club, she'll just go, oh yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
Or you're fine just as you are.
Yeah, or you're fine as you, one or the other. It's a really, oh yeah, it's fine, yeah. But what would a coach say in that situation?
Why? Well, I'm inserting this little extra to say I hope you enjoyed watching the first part of our two-parter of the girly chat from the Naked Coach Collective. We thoroughly enjoyed making it, and I thoroughly enjoyed editing it. It's all new skills for me. If we resonate with you and you want to know more, or you want to speak to any of us in particular, please jump onto our YouTube channel and get in touch through the contact details on that. And, you know, I hope you're going to join us for the second part. We will advertise it soon. Come on and join the fun. And do let us know if there's things you'd like to discuss or you'd like to see us discuss on our podcast, because we are open to all sorts. As you can see, we enjoy chatting and having a bit of a giggle too. Anyway, hold tight and keep in touch, and watch out for the next episode. Bye for now.
Thank you very much. Right, that wraps up another episode of the Naked Coach Collective podcast. Thank you for listening. It's been an absolute pleasure, Sarah. I love this episode. I hope our listeners love this episode, and our viewers, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, what with bloody marvellous, girls.
Can I just say we haven't done our ending?
Oh!
Be there.
Be bear.
Be naked.
Sarah's naked. Let's do it again. Be bear.
Be there.
Be naked.
Well done, ladies. You're sparkling.
Oh, what a lovely session, girls. That was great.